choosing a college is so much more than deciding where you're going to live for the next few years. It's choosing a culture, group of people, and academic standard that will shape you into the person you want to become. It's an exciting time, and when you visit campus, it gets even more exciting. It's your moment to get a feel for the atmosphere and community. Catch a game, sit in on classes, visit chapel, make new friends, and so much more. And now you can experience college life your way with multiple visit options. No matter when you come, you'll find a vibrant community influencing the world for Christ. You won't just blend in, you'll belong. So don't wait. See how you can experience PCC today.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools and Abeka Academy homeschoolers, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer and over 20 courses, choose to lighten your college load and, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule, a perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
It's a passion that unites us, the heartbeat of everything we do. Since 1974, we've been building, reaching, expanding our limits. And yet today, one thing hasn't changed. Pensacola Christian College empowers leaders to influence the world for Christ.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight, the Lady Eagles will be taking on the Itawamba Community College Indians. Hi, I'm Garrett Ordway, joined tonight by Carrie Ordway. We'd like to welcome you to this matchup. Carrie, what are your thoughts on the Lady Eagles coming into this matchup?
Well, this is a nice midweek matchup coming off of a very busy weekend for the Lady Eagles, playing 4 matches this weekend in the South Region Tournament here in the Nest, so at least they weren't traveling around too much this weekend. So coming off that weekend, it's always kind of nice to come off of a weekend of tournaments, to be able to take a breath for a couple of days, regroup, get a practice in the previous day, and then come in kind of with a fresh start here in this midweek matchup. They're going to be playing 2 matches today. So being able to look back and look at what worked and what didn't work so well from the weekend, but then feeling like you have a chance to move forward this week.
Right, practice some of those things that you found over the weekend in a game setting. And so they will play Itawamba here in the first match this evening, and then Gulf Coast Community College in the next Gulf Coast State College in the next matchup. Gulf Coast State College beat Itawamba Community College in the match right before ours this evening. Itawamba 9-2 on the season, couple common opponents with the Lady Eagles. They beat the Mississippi University of Women Owls twice. They have split with Pearl River Community College Wildcats as well, who we saw the Lady Eagles play both of those teams just a couple weeks ago. We are going to step away for just a few minutes. We'll hear the prayer, national anthem, and the starting lineups. We'll be back after that for the first set.
Welcome to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's game is between the PCC Lady Eagles and the Itawamba Community College Lady Indians. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and helping create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. At this time, please stand for prayer and remain standing for the national anthem.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you now tonight. We thank you for the safety you've given each one of these teams as they competed earlier today, Lord, and as they traveled, Lord. I pray that you help us as spectators, as players, have good attitudes, Lord, that honor you. Lord, I pray you keep these teams free from injuries to compete here tonight. Lord, I pray you bless this time, Lord. Give the officials clarity of calls as well. And I pray for all these things in your name. Amen.
Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for Itawamba, number 3, Olivia Hines. Number 12, Sarah Allen Thornell. Number 14, Kaylin Johnson. Number 15, Brooklyn Ward. Number 16, Anna Grace White. Number 17, Vakiria Jett. And number 24, Jacqueline Brown. Itawamba is led by Coach Annie McGregor. And now the starting lineup for your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. A senior from Cleveland, Tennessee, number 3, Bethany Gamble. The freshman from Pensacola, Florida, number 4, Hannah Romero. A senior from Port St. Lucie, Florida, number 7, Brittany Hunter. A junior from St. Anne, Illinois, number 8, Allie McGirt. A sophomore from Kettle Falls, Washington, number 16, Catherine Lawrence. A junior from Beloit, Wisconsin, number 17, Cora Lathers. A junior from Phoenix, Arizona, number 19, Kinsey Foker. The Lady Eagles are led by Coach Kaylin Oman with assistant coach Supa Leota. The officials for today's game are Ray Rora, Harry Walker, Helen Kelchner, and Michael Black.
We are happy to have you join us for tonight's matchup. The Lady Eagles coming in with a 4-4 record on the regular season. As we get set for the start of this first set, Carrie, what's something you're looking for in the Lady Eagles' performance tonight?
You know, I think one thing that the Lady Eagles have consistently been focusing on throughout this year so far, and something I'm looking forward to them working on tonight, is tightening up their block, especially against a team. The Indians have some strong hitters, some big swingers, and to really help that back row defense out, I'm really looking for the block to be able to take away some of that court that the back row has to cover, make their jobs a little bit more manageable.
You need that complete package on defense, the block helping out that back row. We'll see if the Lady Eagles are able to put together some good looks on defense, get that offense started up as well. I believe it's going to be the Indians with the first serve this evening.
Something that we saw over the weekend is the Lady Eagles, and I mentioned this to you as we were watching, have been really consistent this year with their serving. And I think over the course of the South Region tournament last weekend, you could start to see their tiredness come into play a little bit. And so I'm also looking for that reset with their serving as well and trying to clean up some of those unforced errors.
Right, Coach Oman had said one of their priorities coming into the season was to be more competitive on the serve, to force other teams to have a good serve receive. And we're up with the first offense. Hunter gets the swing in. Cross court, signaled out by the far line official. Lady Eagles score the first point of the match.
One thing that has been impressive about their serving this season is that we have seen a demonstrable difference in the aggressiveness of their serves, but also the consistency. And to be able to improve both of those at once is really impressive, because sometimes you might think that you'd be tempted to give up some of that consistency in favor of some more competitive serving.
We saw Cora Lathers there getting that first serve over and in. Itawamba unable to return it. Setting up their offense here into the middle and just between the front and back lines of the Lady Eagles. Vakiria Jett, I believe, in the middle there with that kill. Lydia Hitchcock back to serve for the Indians. Hannah Romero up, but outside Gamble ends up bumping it over to McWirt, and the signal there was not a touch by the Indians, and so 4 contacts there by the Lady Eagles. Dug by Gamble after the overpass, but unable to do anything with it. The Lady Eagles needing a good first pass here on serve receive. Up to Folker, back row for Romero. She gets a swing out of the back row. Handled though by the Indians, it drops and it does contact the floor just before Lathers could get there. We saw the Lady Eagles struggle early in some sets over the weekend. They're looking to pick up the energy and pace here to keep this one in check early. That set a little low, and point to the Lady Eagles. Grace Liu coming into the game to serve. A defensive specialist, and what should be a strong back line for the Lady Eagles. Liu, Lathers, and Romero. Big up a block by McGuird, and she scores. The Indians unable to control the ball off that block. Hunter and McGuird up on that block. I believe McGuird got the hands on it. Liu serves it a little low into the net. Jacqueline Brown re-entering the game for the Indians. Libero Olivia Hines back to serve. Just over off the net. Still alive. Folker outside to Hunter. She gets a swing and it drops. The lone senior on this Lady Eagles team getting the kill there. That ball just drops in the midst of some Lady Eagles. Anna Grace White out for the Indians. Audrey Hamill in, back to serve. Handled by Grace Liu. Folker outside to Romero, who gets the swing high off the hands, but it just falls on the Lady Eagles side. Five-7 deficit here early for the Lady Eagles. That one long, but Hunter takes a punch at it and it just goes out the back.
I think these are the points in the game that as a coach you want to see a lot of that upperclassmen leadership that you have kind of take control of the set with what's happening right now. It helps when the other team makes unforced errors like the ones that, like the one that just happened. But you want to be able to see that resiliency in your team on the court, to be able to regroup and kind of adjust the direction of how their play is going.
Certainly without having to call a timeout.
Yeah, absolutely, which is what I was getting ready to say.
McWhirter just serves it out, and she'll come out for the libero Lathers. A couple of changes for the Indians as well. Folker in the middle to Lawrence, but blocked by Jacqueline Brown of Itawamba. Looked like good timing from the Lady Eagles, but just a little better from the Indians. Brooklyn Ward back to serve. Handled by Hunter in the back row. She gets the swing as well, just gets it over. Indian swing. No contact rule, point for the Lady Eagles. Gamble entering for Liu. Brittany Hunter not the lone senior. Bethany Gamble also a senior. Misspoke earlier. Kenzie Folker with a sneaky ace as she is wont to do.
Yep.
Up. Hunter gets it up, over, but in a position for the Indians to continue. A little bit of a free ball there. Up in the middle to Folker. Gamble with the touch on the weak side. Lathers to Folker. Outside to Romero. Just touches it over the block and it's down. You can see the adjustment she made there, able to read the defender being a little far back.
Yeah, and that's something that we've been looking for toward the beginning of the season. And as Romero gains more experience just being a freshman, she has already just grown significantly in her ability to be able to place that ball, especially going against a bigger block.
Definitely looking for improvements throughout the season, and the Lady Eagles in the midst of a rally here. Couple touches here at the net. Romero gets a swing in. That one up, Hunter. Oh, and maybe some miscommunication there as the ball falls on the Lady Eagles side. 9-11 deficit for the Lady Eagles. Jakaylin Brown back to serve for the Indians. Hunter over to Folker. Gamble from the strong side, now switches over to the weak. Up, off the block, Romero to Folker, back to Romero. She swings, off the block and down on the Eagles side.
You know, so far this set, we've seen a lot of the different parts of the team do good things individually, and they're just kind of struggling to put all of those together into one play.
Certainly kind of a weird time for a game to start, 4:20 on a Tuesday. Maybe a little sluggish coming in. We'll look to see if they can piece things together. Now trailing 9-13. Gamble up to Folker, back to Gamble. She swings cross court. Handled though by the Indians. A set wide for an Itawamba swing. Lawrence gets it over. Kaylin Johnson wide for the Indians with a couple swings so far. Offensive chance here for the Eagles. Lawrence swings hard, just handled by the Indians. Johnson again. Hunter to Lathers. Lawrence in the middle. Lathers with the dive, and it's still alive. Back set and touched by the Lady Eagles. Hunter up to Folker. Outside for Romero. Handled off the block, I believe, by Lawrence. Gamble gets it over. And a poor contact by the Indians leads to a Lady Eagles point. The libero, Olivia Hines, back in for the Indians. Quickly up and over by Romero. Blocked, still alive. Lathers up in the middle to Lawrence, who gets it over on three. Good placement. And as the Indians take a 15-10 lead, Coach Roman will use her first timeout. We'll be right back after this Lady Eagles timeout. And welcome back. The Lady Eagles trailing 15-10 here in this first set of their first matchup this evening. Sarah Allen Thornell back to serve for the Indians. Hunter off the block and she scores. Lathers now back to serve. Up in the middle for Itawamba, and Lathers just unable to get underneath it. A few substitutions here for the Indians. Looks like Lydia Hitchcock back to serve, and Mia Griffin into the front row. Romero, a little close for the setter, but handled. Romero up to Folker. Hunter swings, handled though by the Indians. Outside, high off the block. Lathers to Folker in the middle to McWirt. Off the hands of the Indians, falling on their side, a point for the Lady Eagles. Grace Liu in for Gamble and back to serve. Outside to Hunter. A little bit off the net, but she puts a really good swing on it. A back row swing from Itawamba doesn't quite clear the nets. (13-16) now, the deficit for the Lady Eagles. Over on two, Laura and Lathers and Lou. On defense there, that one just unable to be handled. By the Lady Eagles. Olivia Hines back to serve. Received well by Lathers. Outside, weak side, Hunter. No problem as she scores for the Lady Eagles.
I think that play really illustrates something that we've talked about so much already this season, that when the Eagles focus on those fundamentals, when they calm the pace down and just execute those fundamentals that they know how to do, they're really successful with that. They've had a lot of experience, even for a pretty young team.
We saw Hunter with the ace service. That one pushed deep and it just falls in the back corner. (15-18), no team able to put a run together in this first set. Back and forth, Folker. A bit of miscommunication there with Romero and Lou both going for it. Audrey Hamill handled though by Hunter, and again it drops. We've got another timeout from the Lady Eagles. 20-15, they trail here in their first set. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Welcome back. The Lady Eagles trail 15-20 in this first set. Michaela Kinney into the game in the front row for Hannah Romero. The Lady Eagles have used both of their timeouts. This set goes to McWirt off the block. Handled though by the Indians. Kinney there, up. Lathers back to McKinney. Tough angle, and she gets it over. And that one, I believe, off the block and down. We have seen the Lady Eagles block up on and affecting many of the Indian swings. However, a couple of free balls dropping there. Coach Oman hoping to get those corrected in the timeout. And a little bit, I think, of extended contact from Jacqueline Brown. Leads to a point for the Lady Eagles. Lawrence now into the front row as the libero Lathers subs out for the time being. McWirt back, serves it over. Outside, I believe off some hands. Kinney with the swing, and it's just a little high and long. Anna Grace White back to serve for the Indians. That one just short. To my ears, it sounded like a little awkward, maybe some poor contact.
Yeah, miscontact.
That leads to Kenzie Folker's service. A knuckleball over, dips, but the Indians handle it, and Lady Eagles in the nets. (23-17), the Lady Eagles needing a little run here to salvage this first set. Jacqueline Brown back to serve. Into the net, though, and the Lady Eagles will take the points off the errors when they can. Kinney now back to serve. And a good serve as she scores. I don't know if we've really seen Kinney serve this year, but of course all these girls playing high school have done that in the past. Up again and over, catching the tape. The Indians long and out, no touch, and a point for the Lady Eagles. And that one a little long from Kinney leads to the first set point for the Indians. Tight. And the point goes to the Indians, 25-20. First set goes to Itawamba. We'll be back with you for the second set after a short break. We are getting ready for the second set here. Itawamba taking the first set by a score of 25-20. The Lady Eagles will have the first serve here, and it is Kinney back to serve for the Lady Eagles. Indians keep it alive and over. Eagles looking to set up the offense here. Out wide to Hunter, puts a good swing. It's handled though, and the ball drops for the Lady Eagles. We saw that quite a bit in the first set as well. Lack of energy, lack of communication.
Yeah, I think sometimes you reach a point at this point of the season often where you're coming off of that initial gelling together at the beginning of the season as far as communication. And then it seems like there's a little period where that starts to fall apart a little bit, and it's kind of like you need to regroup and come back to those fundamentals at this point. And I think we're seeing that with the Eagles right now. I think a lot of this is just communication on many of these balls that have dropped. They've been balls that several different players could have gotten to, and so it's just a lack of communication that results in no one actually getting to it. And
right.
The thing is, every time we've seen that happen, you see the Lady Eagles, they recognize it, they know what's happening, and it's just that matter of now correcting that.
Romero into the game in the back row. Lawrence gets it over on 3. Hunter there. Volker with the tip, and they roll it down.
And even starting with that first touch on the ball, we've seen such a difference when the Eagles have gotten a good, solid pass up to Volker to work with.
Gamble up maybe a tick late, but it works out. The ball drops on the Indian side. Lathers serving here early in the second set. Eagles facing a 2-3 deficit. Up on the outside, not over though for the Indians, and the Lady Eagles tie it 3-3. Set up and then over. Gamble into the block. Down on her side for a point for the Indians. Hitchcock and Swanson entering the game for the Indians. Outside to the lefty Gamble. McWirt, that time to Hunter, just dug out by the Indians. Hunter down the line and scores. She had been going cross court quite a bit, changed it up and went down the line there.
And that was a beautiful pass from Romero to start off that play. And I think sometimes, you know, we neglect to mention the quality of the sets that Volker consistently sends out to her hitters, because playing a 5-1, she's the only setter there. But as always, she had a good set.
Another one there to Hunter, handled though by the Indians, and a double call on the Indians. Gives them a 5-4 lead. Lou back to serve. Competitive there. The Indians, though, getting into their offense. A swing from the back row. Volker in the middle, touches it over. Handled, though. Pushed deep. Romero there, but just not quite able. You can see she anticipated that pretty well. There's one thing we've been thinking about some of the backline defense for the Eagles is working on their anticipation.
Yeah. She definitely read that, and I think once again the Eagles struggle so far this match with letting some of those balls drop. From my perspective, it looked like that ball was going to go out, but she was very tenacious in making sure that she was not going to let the possibility of the ball not being out deter her.
Right, we saw a missed contact there from the Eagles, but it ended up working out as it dropped between the defensive lines. McWirt touches it. It's over and unable to be put into the offense by the Indians. 6-6 here. Kinney entering the front row. Hunter back to serve. Back set. The block gets there, but it just contacts the line. The block forced a hard angle cross court, and it did just catch the line. Audrey Hamill back to serve. McWirt right into the block, though, of the Indians. Hunter to Folker. A back row set for Lou, and she's just long with her swing. 9-6, Lady Eagles looking to put some good first offense on this one. Lathers to Folker in the middle. She touches it over. A back set off the block. Folker wide to Kinney, who swings. The pancake was there, but not a second hit available for the Indians. Lawrence enters into the front row for the Lady Eagles. McWirt back to serve. Lawrence ends up taking that second hit. Kinney high and out. Brooklyn Ward and Kaylin Johnson entering for Itawamba. Lou, a good pass. And Kinney off the block. Lathers to Kinney again. This one rolled a little bit over and in. Low, and Johnson unable to quite handle that one. Folker back to serve as Gamble comes in for Lou. A sailing knuckleball there. The libero takes a swing from the back row. Kinney into the block, and it falls on the Indian side. (9-10) the Lady Eagles trail in this second set, also trailing in the match 1-0. Catching the tape, a tough serve handled by the Indians. Folker up in the middle to Gamble. They'll find their positions. And Folker pushes it deep, handled though by the Indians. Outside wide. Lawrence able to get it over on three. The setter takes the first hit, Lathers then the second, and that one, Gamble off the block, falls on the Lady Eagles side. We saw the Eagles a bit discombobulated there, not quite taking the proactive approach we've mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I was just thinking we haven't seen them get quite into a rhythm yet this match.
We've seen them hang around in the first set, hanging around here in the second set, even without that rhythm, and they score. Kinney off the block. Romero will go in to serve this time. The Indians out wide, and that one goes wide. Point for the Lady Eagles.
And you can see the block, the Eagles block, making such a big difference, like I mentioned at the beginning of the match, in that when the Lady Eagles block is there, they're really forcing the Indians to take some poor hits, and forcing them out of bounds quite a bit as well.
It's noticeable when the block is and isn't there. We've seen a couple times where it's not there, puts a lot more stress on the back line. However, they've been up off in this match, keeping the Lady Eagles in at 12-11. Lawrence swings off the block, still alive. This time out to Hunter, and she just misses it into the net. 11-13 the deficit for the Lady Eagles. Hunter, and someone in the net, no call. Hunter with another swing. A back row, just a little push. It's still alive, but that's one of those the Lady Eagles would like to do again. Might have been the ball in the net. I reacted to the Itawamba coach asking for a net call. Serve from Itawamba over, handled. Lawrence in the middle, just touches it, and the down judge signals it did touch. The line judge as well, right on it. Some excellent recognition and adjustment there.
Yeah, and that's something that we've been seeing Lawrence improve on throughout the season already. Being able to adjust to the block that is there or either not there.
Right, a new position for Lawrence in the middle this year. Seen her grow over the course of the first 8 games already.
And we're really seeing that out of both of the middle hitters for the Eagles, from McGuire and Lawrence, both learning how to work with that block, with the opponent's block.
Right, a lot of side-to-side movement as they're expected to cover quite a bit on that block. McGuire sets it behind her to Hunter. And with Itawamba scoring a few points in a row, Coach Oman calls a timeout. 16-12, the Lady Eagles trail. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Lady Eagles coming out of this timeout, still very much in this second set. Carrie, who are you looking for to step up here to bring the Lady Eagles back into it?
Looking at the defense of the Lady Eagles as a whole, getting some consistently better passes up to the setter to be able to work with. You know, that defense is the first, and I speak collectively of the entire defense from the block to the back row. When your defense falls apart to an extent, really that depends, everything else depends on your defense.
Right, you're of course building that offense off of the defense. Romero anticipated it well again and was there that time. McGuire touches it over, but the Indians are there. Out wide, the Lady Eagles scrambling a lot here. However, a good set over to Hunter, and she scores.
Yeah, and we saw some excellent defense in that play, in that entire volley, I'm sorry.
The energy seemed much better coming out of that timeout. They were moving. They felt like we might see some of that rhythm we were asking
Yeah.
for.
Energy plays such a huge factor in defense because so much of defense is communication.
Kenzie tries to kill the overpass and just hits it wide. And that swing drops for the Lady Eagles. Now trailing 17-14. Hunter up with the serve. The Indians go off the top of the Eagles block and it drops in for an Indians point. 14-18, the Eagles treading water here as we get further into the second set. A pass up here. And it's down and ruled out. Maybe a bit of concern on that point, but it does go to the Lady Eagles. McGuirt now back to serve, trailing 15-18. Up tight and unable to be handled. Point for the Lady Eagles. McGuirt over and just a bit long.
Despite not quite getting into a rhythm yet, so it seems, the Lady Eagles have stayed, right with the Indians throughout this match, throughout this set, I'm sorry. And this is something where it is encouraging to know that, once they get this together, I really think that they'll be able to string some points together.
Even without their best volleyball, they're right in this one, and Kinney, with a great hit. And that is the record-setting assist for Kenzie Folker. She takes the all-time lead in assists here at Pensacola Christian College. And now she's back to serve it. She follows it up with an ace. Itawamba wants to talk it over. 19-18, the Eagles have clawed their way back to just a 1-point deficit. We'll take a quick timeout as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special announcement. The school record for career assists was held by Piper Bledsoe and stood at 846 assists. This record has just been broken by Kenzie Folker with 847 assists in her time as an Eagle. Congratulations, Kenzie Folker.
All right, back from our timeout, Emma Carnicolis has entered in the front row. The Indians up and unable to be handled by the back line there of the Lady Eagles. Itawamba's libero Hines back to serve. A good pass to Folker, and Carnicolis with the early swing. Up on the block, but over it goes Kaylin Johnson for a point for Itawamba. Itawamba leads 21-18 here, late in the second set. Lawrence with a good swing out of the middle. Handled, though, by the Indians. That one goes down the line and signaled out. Romero back in to serve. Up for the Indians, a back row swing. Romero to Folker. Off the block. Still in play. Romero with a good pass to Folker. Wide to Carnicola. She gets a swing on it. Pushed over on two. And it falls out of bounds. Oh, I'm sorry. Double contact there. (20-21). The Lady Eagles trail. In the middle. Lathers, though, with the defense. Folker. Back row for Romero. She puts a good swing and it can't be handled. Tie game. Tie set here, 21-21. Romero following up that back row swing with the serve. It's in, though, handled by the Eagles. Into the middle. Lawrence forces it wide with the block. Hunter with the roll. Handled, though, off the block. A back set for Itawamba. With the block, Folker gets it. Lathers, Carnicolas still alive. Johnson takes care of business there for the Indians, giving them a 22-21 lead.
This is one of those points in the set where the Lady Eagles cannot afford to let the Indians go on any sort of streak here or gain any momentum here.
A good serve receive up to Folker. Wide to Hunter. She puts a good swing on it. Handled, though. Overpass, but the Indians still in it. A free ball to Pensacola. Folker in the middle, Cat. And just off the block and down on the Eagles side. Point to the Indians. They put a couple really good swings on it. The Indians, though, handled it. Hunter again down the line. The line judge with that angle did call that one out. 24-21. Set point here in the second. Sailing high, Romero, though, takes it to Folker. Carnicolas with the swing into the net, though, for a 25-21 victory for the Indians. They now lead 2-0, and we're going to take a short break between sets 2 and 3.
Choosing a college is so much more than deciding where you're going to live for the next few years. It's choosing a culture, group of people, and academic standard that will shape you into the person you want to become. It's an exciting time, and when you visit campus, it gets even more exciting. It's your moment to get a feel for the atmosphere and community. Catch a game, sit in on classes, visit chapel, make new friends, and so much more. And now you can experience college life your way with multiple visit options. No matter when you come, you'll find a vibrant community influencing the world for Christ. You won't just blend in, you'll belong. So don't wait. See how you can experience PCC today.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools and Abeka Academy homeschoolers, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer and over 20 courses, choose to lighten your college load. And, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule, a perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
Welcome into the start of this third set. The Lady Eagles trailing 2-0 against Itawamba Community College Indians. Rotations getting set up before the Indians will serve first here. We've seen the Lady Eagles hang close, even not playing their best volleyball in the first two sets. What are you looking for here in the third set, Carrie?
I think right now it is such a mental game for the Eagles. They're coming off two sets that, you know, seeing the girls, it's evident that they're not happy with how they played, especially because they know what they're capable of. And so at this point, it is just a mental shift to be able to pretty much forget about the last two sets and treat the next three sets as if they were their own match, because that's really what they have ahead of them if they're going to win this match. And a lot of that is a change in attitude, even as much as energy as well.
A block there from Kinney, and the Lady Eagles take a 2-0 lead.
And even coming out at the beginning of this set, we saw the Eagles take the court with what seemed like a little bit of renewed energy.
Some words from Coach Oman spurring them on here at the beginning of this third set. McGirt over and in. A competitive serve as the Lady Eagles have been focusing on. That one deep. McGirt plays it though. Folker up to Kinney. A swing off the block. Handled by the Indians, still alive. Lawrence with a strong work there in the middle. Certainly the arena not quite as full of that energy as the Lady Eagles have had in previous matches. Volker touches it over on two. Good defense by McGirt as well. That one up high. And Kat just, I believe, catches her elbow on the net attempting that block. Oh, I'm sorry. They whistled Itawamba for the net call. Point to the Lady Eagles. Another great serve by McGirt. The Indians, though, get their offense off. Hunter to Folker to Lou in the back row. Out wide, a little too tight, though, for Johnson. It's nice to see the Lady Eagles take a run early in the set.
Yeah, absolutely.
We saw them a couple games over the weekend, a couple sets over the weekend, fall a little bit behind early, which led to some struggles against both Bob Jones and Toccoa. Taking an early lead here, though, in the third set, 5-0. McGirt, good again. And we saw a slide there from Lawrence. She moves back to the middle. Hunter, a great pass up to Folker. A little tight for Kinney. She handles it, though. Still alive, up to Johnson on the outside. McGirt to Lawrence. Bumps it deep. It gets Itawamba a little out of system. And indeed, the Eagles run the slide again to Lawrence. Not quite falling. Off the block there. And Lou just mishandles it a touch. Point to the Indians. Hitchcock back to serve for the Indians. Lady Eagles defense ready to receive. Lou up to Folker. In the middle for Kinney, she swings. Off the block, handled by the Indians. In the middle.
Great read by Lou.
We see some of that anticipation. Lathers over here and gets it right next to us. And the Lady Eagles still alive. The block from Kinney! Significantly different energy level from the Lady Eagles here in the third set. And we see Romero in for Lou. This time, if you've been keeping track at home, the rotation is a little different here in this third set. Pushed over, Hunter is there. Lawrence goes on two. Indians, though, still handling it. Laura up to Folker. Hunter from the back row. And a touch whistled on, I believe, the block at the net by Lawrence. Romero up to Folker. Kinney on the weak side. The up judge did rule that there was a touch. However, the Lady Eagles let that tip kind of fall. Six to 3, the Lady Eagles lead. Romero tight for Folker. Kinney gets it over. Hunter, Lawrence, Kinney with a swing cross court and just a little deep on that far side. Coach Oman and Leota encouraging the Lady Eagles. A good pass from Hunter there. Romero with the swing. Handled by Itawamba, but a bit out of system. Set from Folker there, good swing. I believe by Kinney. This one to Kinney on two. Tough angle, but Lathers was there. Romero facing a single block, gets the hit in, and it goes off some hands and down.
You know, Garrett, something to keep in mind with this current rotation is the relative youth of the Eagles team. So here on front row, we have 2 freshmen and a sophomore, and they are handling this front row really well.
Out of that, Kinney had rotated back to the service position, and we're seeing Bailey Barbosa in on defense for the Lady Eagles. That one long, handled by Lathers. Hunter up to Romero, touches it and unable to be controlled by the Indians. McWirt into the front row. Serve in for the Lady Eagles. High off the block. Barbosa handles on defense. Romero, little top spinner. Folker pushes it to the back corner. Good work by the Indians to keep that one alive, and that one is hit long.
This season, Barbosa has done an excellent job with being able to jump right in the middle of a play, being able to come in and really defend that back row very well. Another freshman on the Eagles.
Eagles scrambling, but everybody wanted in. Hunter finally gets the kill. We saw Romero and Folker both go for that, which meant, I believe, Lathers or McGirt had to get the set over to Hunter, who got the kill. The Lady Eagles moving, communicating, taking the lead here 10-5 in this third set. Folker, the setter, takes the first hit. She's out. Lathers there to McWirt. Now Folker wide to Hunter. And that one just falls in on the Lady Eagles side. A few changes for Itawamba. Brooklyn Ward back to serve. Overpass there as Lathers had to dive for it. And Itawamba gets the kill. Hunter to Folker, back set to Romero, high off some hands. Handled though by the Indians. And Lathers, I think trying to anticipate the tip, ended up going just over her head there.
I think that's one of those where we see a little bit of the freshness of that relationship between those defense players, between Barbosa and Lathers, still trying to figure out exactly how they're working together on the back row.
Romero with a good swing, cross court.
And we've really seen Romero excel in that weak side hitting position. She's done an excellent job of adjusting to the block and then finding a way to get around that block, often hitting that in unexpected places.
Right over on the weak side for many of her swings here in this third set with a bit of rotation adjustment. This one up for Johnson, but the double block is there. Folker and McWirt there, and that's the effectiveness of the block we were looking for today. You know, you'd like the block to help your back line. That's the ultimate help, just putting it right back down on the Indian side. Itawamba out of system here, a free ball for the Eagles. Hunter high off some hands and unable to be handled by the defense. The Lady Eagles take a 13-8 lead, and this prompts a timeout from Itawamba. The Lady Eagles off to a great start here in this third set. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Coach Oman imploring the Eagles to communicate during that timeout. We've seen a good effort from them here to start this third set. Grace Liu back to serve. Competitive there. However, the Indians just squeak it through the block of McWirt and Hunter. As a backline defender, you're looking to be on either side of the block. If it splits the block, not much you're able to do.
Yeah, it really shows you or illustrates the significance of the block. At
Hunter from the weak side, and she scores.
At this level, if the block does not cover that area that it's supposed to, against as hard of hitters as these teams are, you know, as a back row defense player, there's only so much you can do, only so much court you can cover.
Kinney enters the game as Hunter goes back to serve. Off maybe the head of McWirt, but it works.
I think McWirt seemed about as surprised by that as everyone else was too.
Much to the delight of her bench and teammates, she scores a block. Hunter back to serve.
I might have heard one of them say that she was using her head.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That ball off the block. Kinney there, but just unable to slide underneath it and get the pass up. 15-10 lead for the Lady Eagles. That rhythm we were looking for them to fall into, they might have found here in this second set. A little bit of a short serve. Hunter ends up getting a swing out of the back row. Handled by the Indians, blocked by Kinney.
Kenny and McGuirt have really made a formidable block there on the front row together.
They seem to be pretty well in sync.
And once again, McGuirt playing this middle block position.
Athletic enough to get to both sides of the court. Very helpful.
Absolutely. And as an all-around athlete, McGuirt is familiar with those movements that kind of transcend sport. Playing basketball, a proficient basketball player as well. You see some of that movement evident as she transitions, especially.
Johnson, though, with the kill for Itawamba.
One of the things about this current Lady Eagles team is that, like I mentioned with McGuirt, there are several just all-around athletes that are on the team right now that really bring a high level of athleticism. You know, playing volleyball, of course, during the volleyball season, but round the year participating in softball and basketball even, and you can really see those movements and the athleticism required across those sports show up in their play. And I think that's one of the things that we've seen contribute to such an energetic level of play so far this season for the Eagles.
18-12 now the lead for the Lady Eagles. Kinney with a good swing to earn a point just a moment ago. And that time, just a little movement from Kenzie up, and the ball just went past her as she was trying to get into some position. Pass there to Folker, back set to Kinney on the weak side. Some switching there. This one up for Folker, and now to Kinney, and with a swing. Controlled. Hunter. Good pass, getting more comfortable on defense. She is, and Romero's swing just goes long.
It is interesting how we've seen Hunter over the last several matches step into this position as playing all the way around, someone who has been largely unaccustomed to playing defense. Her experience has translated well into coming into back row and picking up those skills and covering what she needs to, really.
Right, a senior spending most of her time in the front row. In prior years, she has played several games all the way around in that back row and starting to get into the swing of where the passes need to be, anticipating, finding the right lines on behind the block. Kinney with the serve over and in, a back row swing from Itawamba, and Kinney just got turned around. And Barbosa will enter on defense. Kinney up to Romero. Great placement there. She recognized where she needed to go with it. Again, the youth for the Lady Eagles not being a problem here so far in this third set. Lathers, great serve. Up in the middle, a free ball. It feels like the Eagles have gotten a lot of free balls after some good offense. Hunter. Itawamba over on two. Bailey's there. McGuirt over and tried to go with the two-hand approach and called for the double contact.
Some excellent hustle out of back row.
(20-15) lead for the Lady Eagles, looking to close out this third set. Back set into the middle. McGuirt, handled though by the Indians. Wide, a little bit of a freer hit. Barbosa, pass to Folker. Wide to Romero, off some hands. McGuirt, Off some hands and out. Point for the Lady Eagles. Lou enters the game to serve and play some defense for Romero. Lou, we've seen her have a good serve so far this season. That was another good one. Volker over on 2, off some hands over the head of the libero, and point to the Lady Eagles. That block wants to come off and try to help. Sometimes you need the libero communicating, I'm here, I'm here.
Yeah, absolutely. Communication is such a huge part of that back row defense. Being in front row, you don't know what's behind you unless they're telling you.
Right, certainly for Itawamba, only freshmen and sophomores on their roster, not having the maybe cohesiveness that you would see from a team that had developed over a couple more years. Itawamba scores there, a 22-16 lead for the Lady Eagles. Lou, Lathers, and Barbosa on the back line. Hunter, McWirt, and Folker in the front. Lathers up to Folker. A good pass gets the Eagles in system. A big swing, a block, and off the antenna, I believe. Eagles got a good first offense there, weren't quite able to score. Low serve, but a great receive by Lathers. Kept alive. Hunter gives it a little roll. Up wide, the block, Folker, Lou. Great hustle out of the Eagles. They just need to find the Eagles' floor here to stop this little run. Barbosa up to Folker. To McWirt, handled though by the Indians. Pushed over, tight angle, handled by, Folker goes on 2 and it works. Excellent job of court recognition there. The Indians didn't realize it quick enough, and it leads to a 23-18 lead.
Folker did a great job. You become a little bit accustomed to her tipping those over on her second touch sometimes. She has a lot of success with that. But then to switch it up at this point in the match and to hit it.
Gave it a little swing.
Yeah, definitely gave the Indians defense a run for their money.
That ball a little too hot to handle for Lathers. That one a little too tight to make anything of, and with a 23-20 lead, slowly shrinking, Coach Oman will call a timeout here, trying to encourage Lady Eagles to finish off the victory here in set number 3. (23-20) here, Lady Eagles lead coming out of that timeout. Lou up to Folker, back set to McWirt, who finds a hole just inside the line. Again, some good recognition, realizing the outside block from Itawamba had moved in, and she finds a 24-20 lead as she goes back to serve. Back row swing from Itawamba. McGirt with the pass. Kinney just off the top of the tape and down on the Lady Eagles side. Lathers coming in on defense. (24-21), another set point for the Lady Eagles. Lou up to Folker. Right in the middle to Lawrence, blocked, still up. Lou punches it over. That one deep and finds the hole in the Lady Eagles defense. A bit of a scramble, unable to quite get back as Itawamba narrows it 24-22. High off the block, handled though by the Indians. Free ball for the Lady Eagles. They'll look to set some offense up. Wide to Kinney, she swings and it just goes into the net. Another timeout for the Lady Eagles, leading by 24-23, needing just one more point to finish off a victory here in the third set. With some quick encouragement in that timeout, both teams have again taken the court. 24-23, Lady Eagles lead in this third set. However, Itawamba up 2-0, and there's a gift for the Lady Eagles. A service error leads to a 25-23 victory by the Lady Eagles. We will rejoin you for the fourth set after a short break. The teams are ready. We are ready for this fourth set. The Lady Eagles trailing 2-1 to the Indians of Itawamba Community College. Block there from the Lady Eagles, and the setter forced into some poor contact with maybe some miscommunication. Leads to a point for the Lady Eagles. We saw the Lady Eagles pick up their energy, get into some rhythm there in the third set. They held on at the end of that third set. What are you looking for in this fourth set?
To continue what they got together there in the second set. One thing that we saw dramatically improve during that third set was the success of the Lady Eagles hitting. They took a lot more hitting attempts in the third set and were successful with those. And I think a large part of that stems from their better coverage on defense. Their defense was able to get a lot better passes up to Kenzie to set up those hitters, and they were able to make some better choices with that. Also, we saw Romero coming out of the weak side being very effective with hitting during that last set.
Some rotational changes there. Good coverage by Lathers. In the back row for Hunter. Handled, though, by the Indians. Off the block, Kinney. Up to Folker. Back to Kinney. Puts a swing on it. Handled, though, by the Indians. A little out of system, however, and this will lead to... Oh, boy, it just almost scraped the top of the net, and that just didn't allow the Eagles to get anything going. All right, if you're following along at home, we'll look for maybe some of those rotation changes carried from the third into the fourth set. Up to Folker again, as you mentioned, some good passes and just ruled out on that far side. Some good swings, though, by McWirt. Another point for the Indians. 3-3 here early in this fourth set. Up for Folker, a back set to McWirt. Kind of some awkward contacts there at the net, however, still up. Folker over to Kinney. Didn't quite get through it, and it sails just a bit long. A little frantic from the Lady Eagles here at the start. They'll look to settle in to this fourth set. Kenzie over on 2. Back set for Johnson and whistled for...
The Indians' libero set that ball overhead in front of the attack line.
Okay.
Yeah. So as a libero, she could set up a teammate in front of the attack line, but she would have to use a forearm pass to use an overhead set to set that up. Would be illegal for the libero in front of the attack line. An awkward hit from Kinney, but good one.
Good one. We've seen Johnson get some good swings for the Indians. Another one there. Oh, they switched liberos. Itawamba did. Olivia Hines was the libero. They've switched jerseys. Now it's Lydia Hitchcock wearing the libero jersey.
That was a good defensive read by Lathers.
That one just catches the back line. Point for the Indians. That one goes wide and a point for the Lady Eagles. Romero into the front row. And just touched.
And as we've talked about so many times throughout the season, Folker with those serves that she just gets aces on, it seems like more often than she doesn't.
Right, she's really able to contact the ball and produce almost no spin.
Yeah,
on the
she has an
serve.
excellent floater serve, and being on the receiving end of that, you know it can be rather deceiving, which is the whole intent of it.
Sometimes it drops, sometimes it carries right into the receiver, as we saw in the last 2 serves. Out wide, blocked, but it does fall on the Eagles' side. Unable to quite extend those arms over. Itawamba leading early here, 7-6. Volker back set. Kinney with a good swing, and it's down. She had all of her options available there along the front row, and that led to an opening, right, for Kinney on that side.
Yeah.
Barbosa now into serve.
And when you think about the defense, the best pass up to the setter is the one that gives your setter the most hitting options. And the Eagles' defense really opened up every single hitting option there for Kenzie. She had her choice.
Right, I've seen passes graded on a 1 to 4 scale based on how many options the setter has. The 3 in the front row, and then the middle back or some type of back row set as well. And that was a grade 4 pass there for the Lady Eagles. Ball went long there on the Itawamba swing on the last point. This one looked like a little play there from the Lady Eagles. Lawrence with the fake attempt, and then Hunter right in behind her found the opening. That's something that with a young team takes some time to develop those plays.
Yeah, and once again, thinking about defense, you know, a setter can call those plays as much as she wants before the play starts, but if she doesn't have a good pass up to her, they cannot execute those plays. And it's when they have those good passes up that she has those options to run those plays and really keep the opposing defense on their toes.
Lady Eagles gaining some momentum. Barbosa there with the ace, and the Lady Eagles take an 11-7 lead. Timeout from Itawamba. We'll be back in just a moment. And the Lady Eagles leading 11-7 here in this 4th set. Do trail 2-1. Barbosa, though, with some great serves here. She's got that nice floater going as well. Hunter swings and it goes off the block. The block there, but Itawamba does score. Audrey Hamill back to serve as Aubrey Swanson exits the game after scoring the kill. That serve, however, into the net. 12-8 lead for the Lady Eagles. Cora Lathers back to serve. Up in the middle, McWirt is there but doesn't quite. But the ball does find the court, point to the Indians. Brooklyn Ward back to serve. Little safety delay. Hunter with a swing, and it just goes long. 12-10, the lead narrowing for the Lady Eagles a little bit. However, Folker and Romero just runs into the net a little bit.
That was a good attempt to try to keep that play alive. As a setter, when those passes are so tight and you're coming from back row, you're really limited in your options.
Coach Roman telling our team to take a deep breath. Good pass there to Folker. That one, Hunter hits off the hands and out. Sometimes when the block is there, you can use it advantageously. We've seen Hunter do that multiple times this evening.
Yeah, that's something that she is very proficient at. We saw that come into play a lot, especially this weekend as well.
Lou with the serve there. Itawamba with the swing. Barbosa on defense.
Keeping it alive.
And that one goes out. Point to the Lady Eagles. An awkward, she was almost handcuffed a little bit. That ball coming in a little higher than she was anticipating. Lou gets it over the net, and a great serve. A deep push, and that one just... Lou's grimace indicates she might have been there and just thought it was going out. 14-12 lead for the Lady Eagles. Jacqueline Brown back to serve for the Indians. Barbosa there, however, just an overpass. And the Indians make them pay. 14-13 lead for the Lady Eagles. They take a timeout to try to quell this run. We'll take a brief timeout as well. Lady Eagles looking to swing the momentum back to their side. Do lead 14-13 here in set 4. Itawamba Community College Indians, though, back to serve. Folker up. Lou ends up taking it. Tight. McWirt. Book. That one must have just caught the back line for the Indians. Both teams not in the best rhythm we've seen this evening. One of them is going to step up here to take control of this match. The Lady Eagles have the first offense and first chance then to do that. Pass, Folker in the middle for McGirt, off the block, and they score. McWirt and Folker have an excellent timing down.
Yeah, and that comes from having played together for 3 years.
Ooh, Hunter, excellent serve. Keeps the Indians out of system. Folker. And Kinney there tries to use two hands and is whistled for the double contact. We've seen a couple of hitters try to use two hands to hit it over. Couple times unsuccessfully. Over, but called for an error. Folker up to McWirt here. High off the block, Folker. What a set up to McWirt there in the middle. That one just bumped over her head and out from Swanson. Point to the Lady Eagles. What a set there from Volker. One-handed
Yeah.
over her head to
Yeah.
McWirt in the middle. All of these Lady Eagles covering a lot of ground. McWirt gets it down. Was that McWirt? Yes, it was McWirt
Yeah.
serving with the ace. She's back to serve again. This one a little higher over the net. Up high, Swanson. Big swing, handled though by the Lady Eagles. Bumped up there to Kinney. A little free from, and there's the net call on Itawamba. (18-15) Lady Eagles on a mini run here. McWirt just gets it over. A diving save from the dig from the libero keeps it alive. Volker to Lawrence. Might have had a play on there, and it just a bit out of sync. Nakagawa into the front row for the Indians. Hines back to serve. Volker wide to Kinney. In rhythm there, not quite able to score. Off the block there for the Lady Eagles. And a point to the Indians. (18-17). Itawamba has responded. Lou, a good pass up to Volker in the middle for Kinney there. Switches with Lawrence as the Indians look to put some offense together. That one just rolled over. Lathers and Hunter both there. But the ball falls to the court on the Lady Eagles side. Lathers to Volker to Lawrence, and she scores. In that first hitting rotation, we have Kinney in the middle, Lawrence on the outside, both getting some swings from not their usual positions. Romero enters, and they'll transition there. Outside, just splits the block of Romero and Lawrence. Game tied again, 19-19. Itawamba does lead 2-1, important for the Lady Eagles to take this fourth set. Hitchcock, the libero this set, back to serve, and it's too much for the Lady Eagles to handle. And this one hit the back line.
I talked about this earlier, but this point of a set in a match like this is such a mental battle with, getting in your head a little bit, making some of those unforced errors that you wouldn't typically make.
Back set here, Swanson off the block and out. Point for Itawamba. We'll get a second timeout in this set for the Lady Eagles, now trailing 22-19. The Lady Eagles using the full minute and 15 there to try to find a way to get back into this fourth set. 22-19. They trail Itawamba. Romero up to Folker. Kinney, a good angle, but handled by the Indians. Back row, swing, a little tight, but Folker gets it to Romero. Up in system for the Indians. That one goes off the block and out. Point to the Indians. Itawamba leading 23-19 here in this fourth set, trying to close out the Eagles. This one tight, Folker just unable to do anything with it. And we move to match point. Hitchcock serving, and she really went on a run to close out that fourth set. 25-19. The Lady Eagles close in the 3-set losses. They do win set number 3. However, Itawamba closes out the match in set number 4.
And certified athletic trainer Stephen Halsey for
the Lady Eagles did up their intensity as the match moved on, and we'll look to see if they can carry that momentum into the second match of this doubleheader tonight. They will be playing the Gulf Coast State College here in just a little bit. We hope you'll join us again soon.